Greetings. When we last left our heroes, they had entered the tomb of Angshnur, the last great pale king, in hopes of finding his treasured weapon. I can't pronounce it. A whisker fang. Schnerblattenfang. And so they had wandered into cells. It seems that the Ratlings buried various servants and or prisoners in here as offerings, and probably also to power the necromantic magic to generate his guards. Some of these starved rats, starved men, have risen from the dead and have broken their chains and are now trying to surround and attack our heroes. I don't have anything super clever. Let's get into episode 32, Starved Men. So in Bostonia, there are zombies, but those are typically raised dead, right? That is typically magic, raising the dead kind of thing. However, there is the capability or possibility, let's say, that if people die in a specifically horrific or traumatic way or in large enough numbers, that leaves a scar upon the world, and that scar manifests by possibly having the undead, especially if that ground isn't subsequently consecrated or those bodies are not buried in consecrated ground or burned or shipped, buried at sea or whatever, right? That's sort of what happens. And so that's what would have happened here, possibly. And the different types of corpses that can raise are things mimic the ways in which they died. So you get burned men, you get drowned men, you get starved men, and so on. And that's sort of the generic name for a zombie that is not under the command of they could be under the command. There are spells to take control of existing undead, but they were not created under the auspices of a specific necromancer. Like these were not. Typically slow, typically fairly weak. You do not have the same penalties that you do when you attack a skeleton, in that they do have enough flesh per se to cut. But like undead, they don't flee, they don't get knocked out. You mostly have to burn through their hit points or injure them in such a way that you have lopped something off for them to be disabled. So they have 20 hit points each. That's a little, and there's 6 of them. I do think the party will go on a fighting retreat, but we are going to start with combat pretty much first thing. So let's get our list here. Where is the list? Turn order. So we're going to give, first thing is first, we're going to give Rorik a turn. Because he has +2, I believe. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's clear everything. Maybe remove all turns. There we go. Let's give Rorik a turn. Let's give Martin a turn. He has a +1. Tiny is, nope, that is not them. Okay, stop that. Tiny is a 0. Ren is a -1. So we'll give the party the first 4. Starved men, we should probably label them. So we'll do A, B, C. Now at the table, I typically give, I do initiative in more groups to make it easier on me. Here, since I have a tracker, I just do them all outright. And that does lead to the problem of You got to add turns for all these sons of bitches. Oh god, that sucks. There we go. So it is a fair number of combatants for sure. Looks like 10. And so we're going to roll 10d12. Going to roll 10d12. Go top to bottom, pretty much. So, Rorik is first. He has a +2. I believe that's a 5. Martin is an 8. Tiny is a 4. Ren is a 6. Oh, these guys are first, but they get they're -2s. 10, 10, 4, 8, -1, and 3. Unfortunately, it looks like the group, though not the group is a little bit taken aback by the sudden movement all of a sudden. I mean, the sudden movement all of a sudden. I think they had an idea that something untoward might happen, and yet when it did, they were sort of startled, right? And so the group ends up sort of being caught a bit. And so A and B are going to come down. Now, they only have a 5-inch move, and they don't charge. They're automatons, sort of. So they're not going to charge. But they're going to go 1, 2, 3, and he's going to face like that. He can't attack, but he can make life bad like that. So they have covered the exit, which is not good for the group. Not good for the group. So those two go. Starved Man D goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So he'll end up there. Now he's facing Tiny. And now it's most of the party's turn. Ugh, okay. So we got Martin. So Martin had the lantern in one hand. He has a potion in the other. So we'll acid. We'll give him acid in the other. He didn't have a ton of those, but that's what we'll do. And he's going to, I mean, I was gonna try to not use them, but I don't think that's an option at this juncture. So we're gonna toss an acid. We're gonna toss an acid at our guy here, because we want to get this guy dead. Really quickly. So what do starved men have in terms of defenses? Their defense is a 10, which isn't so bad. Martin has a throw of 12 right now, I believe. The only other thing would be and that's the one thing I do hate about Roll20 is sometimes it's just hard to, it's not that it's hard to fit every, like, you know, it's not hard to fit everything in, but then you get the little widgets and the tools pop up, and then you're like, I don't really want to see all this, to be honest with you. So let's do, so I'm thinking about movement. So on one hand, Runebearer is fairly static game in the sense that once you are engaged by someone, it is harshly penalized for you to move away. Whereas some games would allow you to just move willy-nilly through people's zone of control. You know, you don't have a zone of control. And so we go, yeah, we're here, you know, or whatever. Runebearer's not going to do that. But we do have a lot of options still. And each option does give us sort of some interesting options. Martin could take a step right here. Then he would probably face back against the wall. That would allow Rorik to maneuver up in there next turn. Martin could step up here and attack Starved Man A, or he could attack Starved Man B, and then giving Ren the opportunity possibly to finish a guy off. So I think we're going to actually do that. So we're going to step up here. I am going to face, that's all bad. None of that's good, though, for him. He's going to face this way. To attack, they've got to be in his front three. And Martin is pointing, if you can't tell on the screen, this direction, which means his front three are, of course, A, and then these two blanks. And then B would be on his flank behind him. Now, he put B in his flank. And he's going to throw at Starved Man A. So all that for that. That took a long time for that. And he gets a 0, which is enough to hit. So he steps up, lantern in one hand, tosses the potion with the other, slams it on him. The acid starts to bubble away at the thing's flesh there. And that is going to do 2d4. I believe. Oh, it does 2d4 plus 1 because it's a damage per check for Acid Splash. So that's pretty cool. So 2d4 plus 1, it does 7 points of damage straight through. So he's down to 13. And he is burning effectively. So he is acid for 1 round. For 1 more. There we go. We'll put acid 1 on him, although that makes his name tag really freaking annoying. We will still do it. We'll still do it. So we slam it down, boom, done. And then we're going to have to, unfortunately, draw a weapon next time. But Martin is done. So Ren, unfortunately, can attack this round. So Ren is definitely in the fray, although this is a word, so it doesn't take that penalty. So Ren is going to cast. What is she going to cast, you might ask? I'll get it out for you. We're going to blizzard up here. I thought I had more spells on that. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Yeah, I don't. I have Ice Spike. So we're going to cast Ice Spike. That is a short spear. Which she can use her spell, attack spell. So that's pretty cool. So right there, short spear creates a spear of ice. So whereas the lightning gets shocking grasp, she gets the lightning spear. The DL10, she has a blizzard of 12. So she is going to cast a word. Now, is she going to step? She is. She is going to step. She's going to put her back to the wall like this. And then she is going to speak her word. So that is her full action there. She has a 12 versus 10. She gets a 6. So she casts with no loss. And an icy spear appears in her hand. Done. We're up to Rorik, and so Rorik now has a choice. He can attack the guy in front of him. He can disengage from that guy and try to get in. The only problem is he can't move past here if he does disengage, because Starved Man B is tying up these two hexes. I think we're just going to attack the man here. When we are attacked, we might give ground to back up and give ourselves a slightly more defensible position. Rorik's going to attack the guy right in front of him. Their defense is 10 right now. And we have a... Let's look. Our attack is 13 on the mace. So we're up by 3. We could fight with Wild Abandon. We can take -2 to defenses, but get +2 damage, +1 armor value for the remainder of the fight. We're going to do that and go with that. So we're going to fight with Wild Abandon. So Rorik has WA, Wild Abandon on. Remember, that gives him a -2 defense, but it does give him a +2 to damage and +1 armor value, which is also nice. So we're going to slap that dude. Oh, we do. We hit him. It's an auto wound because we rolled a 12. So we smash him pretty hard. Rorik damage should be 2d8 +1. Let's make sure it is at this point. What is Rorik's damage? 2d8 +1. Yes. Done. Remember, they tend to not be woundable, but they can be wounded if you like smash certain bits. He hits him for 12 points of damage. Now, we didn't add Wild Abandon. That's +2. So he actually does 14 points of damage in the arm. So he smashes his smashes the arm. The hand, I think. For 14. So first thing is, the guy's going to take 14. I don't think they have any armor. They have no armor. Takes 14 points of damage, so now he's down to 6. So smash is in his arm. Now, the arm is nicely woundable. His thing is 5, 8, 11, 14. He takes a 4-die wound, so we can pick between any of these four first dice here. 7, 4, or 3. Let's grab the combat tables and let's take a look at what possibly wounds we can cause. 7, 4, or 3. On the arm, we could weaken him, so do less damage. Drop and stumble, or drop. We're not going to do drop. They're not carrying anything. The only reason I would do stumble is because there is a chance. There's not a great chance, but if the guy stumbles away from us, we could take an opportunity attack. And if he stumbles away from you, you also keep in mind that he is not going to... I'm going to grab this for the map, and I'm going to drag it right down there for now. Just to keep it out of the way. Right, he could stumble up here. That would suck. He could stumble into us or here. So it's like a 50-50. I don't think that's enough of a hex. So I think it's really just a 1/3 chance that he stumbles away. We're gonna take it. We're gonna take drop and stumble. Maybe that's dumb because it doesn't do anything to the dude, whereas the weaken would indeed lower his damage. So 1 is Rorik's direction, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 1 is this direction, and then we go clockwise. So we're going to roll a d6. We get a 4, so he stumbles 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think he just literally 1, 2. No, that's not true. 1, 2. Okay, wait. Right. Let's be somewhat careful here. 1 is Rorik's direction. 2 is this direction. 3 is behind him. 4 is directly opposite Rorik's direction. So that's actually good. So he stumbles back that way, having rolled a 4. Rorik takes his opportunity attack. This is a +2 to hit. That's a 0 total. Rorik has a 13 versus his 10. He is going to hit him again. Rorik does the damage. It is another 14 points. The wound is a graze, but that doesn't matter. And Starved Man C is done. So Rorik smashes him in the arm. I'm going to say that with such force that it spins him around, and then he stumbles backwards, and then Rorik gets a shot in the back, smashing him. Done. Starved Man C is out. And Rorik is done. So Tiny now is going to go. Tiny is going to take his step here. He's going to step up there. And he is going to attack Starved Man A. He's going to face Ren, and he's going to attack to his right and attack Starved Man A. The goal is to open up this back so that the party can matriculate out of the room. if that's even a thing. So Tiny's going to take a shot. So where is Tiny in our stats here? So he has Brawl and Clubs. He still really doesn't have any weapons training per se. He's just a brawler. He's still hitting with that cudgel. D10, D6 -1. D10 because his massive strength. So Tiny's going to hit. He's a 13, which is pretty good. Versus a 10 -2. Still hits. And he smashes Starman. And these zombies are not super fast. They're not super, super dangerous, but 6 on 4 can get dicey. Let's roll Tiny's damage. He does 7 damage, right? D10, D6 -1. Yep, 7. He hits him in the chest. The wound is a graze. So he does 7 points of damage, pretty much. And that's it. That's what he does. That's not enough to kill it because this is undead. If it was not an undead, he would be thinking about probably running away or whatever, but that's not that guy. So now they're gonna go, and let's see how bad this can get. 1, 2, 3. Starved Man E could get to somebody. The Starved Man F is gonna go up here, and he is going to attack. He's going to attack Rorik. Rorik does have his defense, but his defenses are -2 if you remember. Starved Man, he hits 6, so 16. Versus Rorik has whatever, I don't know, an 11 or something. So yeah, he's gonna hit him. I think they do 2d6 damage. 2d6 damage. Afterward, they grab you. Okay. So 2d6 damage. I didn't make a damage thing. I'm gonna make a macro. I'll be back. All right, so we got the Starved Man's damage. It's 2d6. He hits for 8 damage. It's not bad. In the 10, so he hits him in the thigh or whatever. No wound there. But let's see what does Rorik have going on for him. In the leg, he has defense 2, armor value 2. That turns into armor value 3. So he takes 5 damage. But he is grabbed. And so we're going to put the Starved Man sort of on him, if that's okay. And we're going to bring him to the front. So right now, the Starved Man is on top of Rorik a little bit. And that is Starved Man F. Next is Starved Man E. He's going to go either for Ren or for Tiny. We'll roll 1, 2, 3 for Ren, 4, 5, 6. He goes 4. So he goes for Tiny. He is in the front of Tiny right now. So if you'll notice, Tiny's, again, the facing sucks on these. It's hard to see, but that's okay. I'm committed to buying stuff off of Roll20. So Tiny is facing this direction, which means in Runebearer that he's front 180 is here and his back 180 is here. Starveman E, no matter where he moves, Starveman E could do this and come in and attack Tiny, but since he started in the front, he is not flanking Tiny. That's how that works. I'm gonna clear the drawings. No, I don't want to do that. Let's yeah, that's annoying as shit. We'll do that instead. We'll just Control Z until we're done. Okay, it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, just like that. Come in and hit Tiny, but not flank him. Tiny, once he takes this attack, has the option to face his attacker or not. The next round, if he does not face his attacker, next round, Starveman is going to be flanking, as you can see. Tiny's defense is a 13 by default, -1, so 12. And we should keep in mind that his accuracy is -1 as well. So, but that's so skill roll. -5. So the starved man is going to miss Tiny. He grabs at him. Tiny steps away. Done. And that's the end of round 1. So it is now round 2. Starved Man B is going at him. I think Starved Man B. So Starved Man B, if you'll notice, so Martin stepped up here and faced, and now he is in Martin's flank. So I think he's just going to turn and attack Martin from the flank. I think he's going to hit Martin. Just guessing. Oh, well, hold on. -9 is not a very good roll. So I'm going to give that makes me think here. Martin is dodging because he does not have a weapon out. So Martin's dodge is a 9. So Martin's defense is a 9 against this. Starved Man is a 10. He gets a +2. So let's call it a 12 to attack Martin. He misses, actually. That's going to give Martin a dodge check, which is, those are rare to come by unless you spend points. So another check for dodge for Martin. Which we didn't roll the other ones yet, so something to think about. Okay, I forgot to roll those. So Starved Man B is done, and we have missed. Starved Man A burns again before he gets his turn because he has the second round of acid on him. So let's burn him right now. So let's roll 2d4 +1. This is Martin's acid. 9 points of damage, and as he turns to attack Martin, he literally dissolves into a goo puddle. Okay, that feels gross, but he is done. He is out. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Starved Man D does get to go. And I think Starved Man D is going to face either Ren or Tiny. We're going to roll a d6. 1, 2, 3, and it's Ren. So he's going to face Ren. And he's going to attack Ren. What does Ren have going on here? So she has... she has a shield, so her shield defense is 11, +2 because of the shield is a 13. She's going to block with a 13. Oh, this guy's going to hit and auto wound Ren. By the way, we should have frickin' rolled tactics a long time ago. I have forgotten. I am as bad as my players. So my players have this. So invariably someone takes tactics. It's too good to not take. A roll to get re-rolls, right, is a good thing. So someone takes tactics. Invariably, at some point, they will make a sign. And they will just make sure that they have that sign in front of that person. And it will say, roll tactics. First thing, roll the damn tactics. Because you save inspiration is effectively the thing. I don't think we want to be wounded. I think this fight is super survivable, but rolls like that can get us into trouble. So I think Ren, and remember, it's Mr. T always wins. So Ren is the last slot there. I'm going to take an inspiration from her. If you recall, I'm using one of the Dragons Down chip holders. Very useful. And I'm going to take an inspiration, and Ren has spent one inspiration, and we make that guy re-roll this. And he misses. He bounces off the shield instead. In the early versions of Runebearer, there was no re-rolling. Like, there was none of that crap. Like, none of that plot armor shit. We were old school. It was a lot bloodier a game at that point. It still is, but again, you do give people a little bit of plot armor in the newer version. So Martin is up. Martin is going to draw his he's going to draw his short sword. And he will take a step just like that. Again, he's not trying to flank. He's actually just trying to open this space up for, say, Tiny to step up into here and give these guys somewhere to go. Then he'll draw his short sword so he has it out. He doesn't have to dodge again if he can start to parry these attacks. And give me 1 second. I think that's his action. I don't think we have reposition. We don't have the 5-foot step as a free thing. That's his move, effectively. I don't mind that. I think that's okay too. Oops, I need to get back to the wounds, effectively. There we go. So I think I'm okay with him just moving and drawing, and that is his action, and he is done. Ren is up. So Ren has a 7 move. Does she have a 7 move? Do we call it? That's not what it says on her. That's not what it says on her counter, which is sort of dumb that I screwed that counter up. I changed her a couple, right? So I screwed it up in post. What's Martin's move? Is a 6? Yeah, done. Okay. So Ren could disengage and go 1, 2, 3 and attack this guy. Again, the idea would be that you are trying to clear this back line up. 2, I'm going to say, because this hex is going to be rough terrain given there's a body there. She will have to take a free attack from this guy at a +2, so not great. And it technically is her second defense, so again, not the best. She might do better just attacking her guy here. And then to some degree, the party feels like it is fighting at that point. Like we're not backing out. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to... It would be good to come up here and give this guy a really good whack and get ready to take him down. But I think we're going to not... Because Rorik can back up to here. On his turn, he could back out. Although he doesn't want to disengage from F. F is sort of on. So I think Ren's just she's gonna face like that, and she's gonna fight. I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna go for it. We've taken no damage so far. Maybe we're okay here. Her accuracy with that spear is 11. She gets a -4. That is not going to be enough to hit. 11 to the 10, she needed a -1 or better, so she misses. So that was not a good calculated move. That maybe we shouldn't have done that. Maybe that was bad. I think Rorik faces this direction, and he's going to hit this guy. Rorik is in this guy's flank, because he started there, back there. And so I think he's going to... He does +2 damage right now. He is 3 up on defense. He gets a +2, so he's like +5 on this guy to hit. He might... go with a maneuver of some kind, like a wild strike would give him a +4 damage. So the idea would be you're just trying to crush that dude. It's a -4 to hit though, so all of a sudden you're taking your huge advantage. Right, you're taking your huge advantage and you are gutting it a little bit. He could strong strike him for a -2. Which would kill the flank bonus effectively, and his total damage would be +4 because of the wild abandon and the strong strike. We're going to strong strike him. So we're going to strong strike. So Rorik attacks B, I think it is. E. He attacks E. Strong strikes him. He gets a 7 up. He should have done the other one. So we're going to add 4 to his damage. He does 10 damage. +4 is 14. So he's going to do 14. He hits him in the leg. So he sweeps low to the leg for 14 damage. I think it's a 4-die wound again. So first thing is he takes 14 and he's down to 6. A 4-die wound is 10, 9, or 6 in the leg. Let's see what that could be. In the leg, that is 10 is shock, 1 cripple, impair, and shock. Nine is cripple, impair, so you might as well take the shock. 6 is crippled. Yeah, so you're going to take cripple, impair, shock. Now, he's a zombie, so he is immune to shock. but he is crippled and impaired. So you smash his leg. That's okay. That's not great in the sense that the only bad, it was good. The only bad thing is it doesn't actually like end anything. But Tiny is going to then take this opportunity, I think. He will face pretty much like this to try to keep everybody in his front arc, and he will smash E as well. Oh, he's gonna miss. He's gonna go out second defense. So let's go. Oh, and he's crippled. Okay, let's check this out. Actually, this is so his attack is 13 minus 1 is 12. So he's a 12 to 10, right? So he's up by 2. So he rolled a -6. So the question is, what's this guy's? His defense is 10. We don't have a second defense. But it is 8 because he's crippled and impaired. Both of those imply a defense penalty. So we are at 12. We are at 12 versus his 8. That's not enough. That's not enough. We still miss. I think Tiny is going to re-roll once with an inspiration. And we get a 0, and that will hit. And then Tiny is going to do goddamn 2 damage. He does 2 damage. Tiny? What is that? I don't even care where he hit him or what he did. I don't even care. None of that counts. That is the worst. Okay, that drives me a little nuts. Starved Man F attacks Rorik. He automatically hits Rorik for 1d4 points. It's not a lot of points, but he sucks away 1 life from Rorik, and he gets 1 point of life. So he is eating Rorik to fuel him. It's not that great an attack, to be quite honest with you, because these are starter enemies. It's meant to be more weirdly terrifying, right? We could up the damage at some point to make stronger starved men, and that would be rough because once someone latched onto you, getting him off of you would be difficult, just because of the healing, the auto healing he's doing. Starved Man E will attack Tiny. He's a -1 to hit. Oh no, he's gonna miss. And now we're back, and this is round 3. Start of round 3. Starved Man B is gonna go. I think it's safe to say he'll attack Martin. He'll take a shot at Martin. Martin is going to give ground. And he could give ground. He could give ground this way. I don't know that. I mean, does it behoove him to give ground? Sure, he's going to give ground this way. Now we'll just go straight back and let this guy come up. So he does. What that does, it gives us a +2 to our defense. Starved Man B misses by quite a bit. Now, keep in mind, we're -3 to attack because we gave ground. Starved Man D is going to attack. Probably Ren. I think Ren can feel she can take it on that shield. -1, so he's a 10 versus her 13, I think. So he does miss as well. Bounces off the shield. She's decent with that shield. Shields give a + to defense. Shields are the most powerful defensive thing in the game, I think, pretty much. Aside from wearing just god-awful heavy armor that is going to then encumber you, shields are really good. Martin's going to go. He's going to attack. He's at a -3 to hit. He does hit, though. He does actually hit with his short sword. So he slashes at it with his short sword. And then he swings for 8 damage in the 6. So he hits him in the chest. It's actually a 2-die wound in the chest because they have no armor. So he slashes him, knocks him down to 12. It's a 3 or 5 in the chest. Let's take a look at what 3 or 5 is in the chest. Bleed or prone. He's going to prone him because these guys are immune to bleed. So I don't know what to do. We're just going to put a big prone on him. Prone means you have no area of effect. You actually don't have a zone of control anymore. Now, now Martin can't move now that he's attacked, but someone could walk, another character could walk right past. And that would, so Ren, for instance, if she disengaged with her guy, she could go 1, 2, 3, right? Normally you have to stop when you go next to an enemy. She would not have to do that. She could walk and just totally walk away. She doesn't want to be facing off against this dude just right off the bat. She cast on round 1. This is her second. So yeah, she'll get one more round after this. And then the spear has to. If she disengages, he will get an attack. I think her second defense against him is what is it? Combat man. Her second defense is okay, so she's going to disengage. It's about equal. I don't love taking an even up shot, letting this guy grab me, because they grab technically, and so she would even be stopped. So I tell you, no, she's just going to fight. She's going to fight this guy. She's going to stick it out. She does hit him. Ren's spear damage is 11 points. Wow, these guys have been rolling pretty well. So she rolls 11 damage. She didn't get any pluses. 5, 8, 11. So it's a 3-die wound in the chest. She gets a 8, 7, or 10 in the chest. So first off, it's 11 points. So she knocks him down to 9. Let's look at the wound chart here. And she gets 8, 7, and 10 in the chest. 8 is impair, which you can impair him. 7 is winded. Undead are not windable, as it were. And then, frankly, 10 is bleed 1, impair 1, shock 1, winded 2. It's a great hit against any normal individual, and it totally sucks against an undead because it's simply all that boils down to impair against the undead. So she's going to hit him, and she will impair him. So we will put an I there. He is impaired. Rorik gets to go. Rorik is going to hit this guy with 4 hit points left. He's not going to do anything fancy or special. He's going to take his shot. He hits him. He's going to do 12 damage. That's going to smash that dude. Done and done. Now, Tiny can move. Now, here's the thing. Because there's 2-on-1 here now, because this guy has been neutralized, Tiny can literally move away from this dude because Ren is taking up his engagement. He could flank this guy, move up like that, face this direction, flank, and hit that dude. and then he will do a strong strike. So he's going to roll. He gets +4. So his attack up 12. He's flanking, right? So he gets a 14 attack. He strong strikes. That knocks it back down to 12. He hits. He's going to do +2 damage against this dude. He does 6 damage. That's actually 8 damage. He knocks him down to 4. I was really hoping for a little bit more damage there, if I'm to be honest. Hits him in the chest. That is a 2-die wound in the chest. Probably just an impairment, though, if I'm to be... Yeah, he's just going to impair him. So he is impaired. He is prone. Tiny is done. Starved Man F is going to eat Rorik a little more. 4. Oh, wow. That's actually all of a sudden significant. Knocks him down to 30 hit points. Starved Man is up to 25. He's liking this. This is good. This is like good eating. E is dead. He goes away. B's going to stand up. So B gets up. B attacks probably Martin. But let's give him a chance to go. Let's give him a chance. 1 or 2. Nope, he's going to attack Martin. Martin just defends. He might have hit Martin. Well, he is impaired. Let's see. So Martin has a 10 in swords. This guy has a 10. Stands up. He takes a -1. He is going to hit Martin, and he does indeed hit him. I think Martin takes it. Martin takes 6 damage in the leg. So maybe he barely does. He just gets up on maybe his knees and he grabs onto Martin. He does 6 damage on the leg. Martin has 2 defense. That's 4 damage ultimately on our guy Martin. And our guy is latched onto Martin. So we're going to put him just up a little bit like that. Starved Man D is going to... Oh, by the way, that is end of round. I'm sorry. I need a round marker on these because it just wrapped around. So once we get to him, it's round 4. And I'm going to roll fatigue for our characters. And we're going to go Martin, Ren, Rorik, Tiny. Martin, Ren, Rorik, Tiny. I think the only one I have to worry about is Martin. I think Martin's fatigue number is 4. So Martin takes a fatigue. Darn it. I do not have. Should have red chips. I'm going to just put a die in there. Fatigue is a reroll against us. It lasts until we rest. Starved Man D is going to attack the lovely Ren. Ren is going to not give ground. She's just going to suck it up. Oh, he gets a +4. So he has a 14. That's a 13 because of his impairment. Ren has, I think her shield is 13. So that's going to hit. He hits us. She could spend to not be hit. She's not going to do that. She's going to let him take his shot. Oh God, that was a mistake. He does 10 points of damage in the 9. So 10 in the 9. She has leather vest. So that's 8 points of damage in the 9. That is not a wound. That is simply a significant hit. 8 points. And he is grabbed onto her. Now, when they grab you, their defense becomes 14. Don't know. I mean, that's just they become weirdly, say, hard to hit. I don't know exactly I'm thinking about what that might look like, right? Maybe they're literally gnawing at your flesh, and so to hit them, you are you're afraid you're hitting yourself, or maybe they sort of crawl up on, you know, onto you a bit and get you in sort of that an awkward position. In any case, Martin's like, I need to get this guy off of me. But a defense of 14 is ugly for Martin to hit. Martin will try an aimed strike. Careful attack. So he's going to get a +3 to hit here. Oh, he's going to miss. So Martin misses. Martin is done. Her accuracy with... So Ren's up next. Her accuracy with that spear is not that high. Not super high. Maybe it's high. It's 11. So that's not the worst, but it is not amazing. It's, you know, not as amazing as... I don't have any spells or anything she should be doing. She does have to maintain her ice thing after this round. I mean, I think it's fine. I think she's fine. She's just gonna... She'll try to hit the dude with a spear. Hope for the best. 0's not enough, I don't think. His defense now becomes a 14. It's a 13 because of his impairment. Her attack is an 11. I think she misses by 2. If she'd have done an aimed attack, she'd have hit. Yeah. It's interesting. Once these things are on you, all of a sudden they become difficult. Oops. Okay, it's Rurik's turn. I think he'll attack his. And he's going to hit his, though. He has a 13, like a 12 against 14. He's going to hit. He does his damage. We're going to add 2 to this. He does 13 to the leg. I mean, heck, the thing is grabbed onto him. It's crawling on him on his back. It crawls over him. I'm picturing sort of, you know, Gollum-esque now, right? Where he's just crawling on it, right? And just taking chunks out of him or whatever. Rurik hits him for 13 points of damage, though, in the leg. That is 5, 8, 11. That is a 3-die wound. So first thing is, let's take the 13 points off him and knock him down to 12. Let's look at what a 3-die wound is. Now you can get them off of you. You just have to make a muscle check, but that takes your entire action. So the 3-die wound is a 4. Prone or stumble. That would get him off, by the way. 9 is cripple impair. 10 is cripple impair. Let me look real quick. Do we have starved men as a thing on here? Score daze, stun, prone, stagger, disable, or KO. Even though they are immune to some of those. The stagger 4 is prone and stumble. I'm going to give him the prone and stumble. And I'm going to say that does dislodge him. So I'm going to make sure that's on their sheet next time to make sure. But that's a good one to give that option. So it doesn't do any actual extra crap. We do have to roll a d6 to see what direction he stumbles. 2. So he stumbles in this direction and he is prone. Tiny is going to go. Tiny is going to... He's got to finish this guy off for Martin. He's going to take an aim shot. I think that's going to hit. So it's Tiny is a 13, a 12, plus the 3 because of the aim shot is a 15. So Tiny is a 15 versus this guy's 14. So he does hit. Now he does a D8, D4 plus 1. So we have to... Or minus 1. And he does 8 points of damage. I think that's enough to kill that guy. So I think he takes him out. F is prone. F stands. He's going to face Rorik and run right back up. He's got a taste of the good old Rorik. He's going to go for it. 0. His attack is a 10. Rorik's defense is going to be 13, 12. He blocks with a 12. That guy's going to miss. Oh, and on his turn, he would have faced that way because he stumbled him that way. Oh, and Ren does need to re-up her spear. So she's going to make a skill roll. Ooh, she gets a -1. So let's take a quick look at that. I forgot to do that last round. So her ice spike is a DL10. That means its maintain is a DL8. She has a 12, I believe. That's enough. She rolled 3 above what she needed, so she can get it for another 3. That's it. That's good. That's done. B is gone. So we're left to the last 2 here. And we'll give them one more round, and then we might call it anyway. So D attacks. D is going to... Well, oh, he doesn't even attack. He's on Ren. So he rolls 1d4. So he takes 4 points off of Ren. He gets 4 points on him. Done and done. The party is up. Martin's going to move up 1, 2, 3. He will attack this one. And Martin's movement is 6 or 7. Martin's base move is 6. Ooh, we got to be careful. Because I've called this rough ground, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So he would have to charge. Could he go 1, 2, 3? Yeah. Martin is actually going to hold. He's going to wait until Tiny goes. So he is going to go right after Tiny, and his initiative will become a 4 also. Done. So Ren is going to go. She'll take an aim shot, and she'll attack this dude. She does hit him for 11. Her damage becomes D... what has she got here? D4, D6. One D6 plus 1 D4. She does 10 points. Knocks him down to 3. It is an auto wound no matter what. That would still be a wound. So there you go. It was 10 points of damage. So that is a 2-die wound. And I'm going to roll... But not to take the damage, but all the other stuff, right? So it's not that much damage. She already did her damage. She hit him in the chest. She did a 2-die wound, 2 or 6. 2, 2 is a graze, so it's nothing. So she does nothing. And he is still on her. Rorik is going to smash his guy. Remember, he's at his lowered defense. Oh, Rorik is going to miss. Ah, Rorik. It's late enough in the fight to not, you shouldn't. Yeah, no, we're not going to use anything there. I think Tiny's going to step over here. We're going to finish this guy. Hopefully finish this guy. It's his second defense. So he's a 14. He should be an 11. Tiny should be up on him by 1, and he hits just barely. And then he's going to smash him for only 4 points of damage, but that is enough. I mean, Martin's going to charge up. He'll take his shot. What is Martin? Martin is an 11, I believe, on that sword. He's a 10 on that sword. Versus a 10. No, so he's actually although the guy, this is his second. Oh, nope, they don't have second. I mean, he misses. Done. Starved Man F will go. I'm going to give him one last shot. And we'll end the combat round. He's going to attack Rorik again. And he misses. And then I'm going to say that the party gang tackles this guy and just beats him down. Like, we don't need to go through the rolls on all of those. I think the combat has been won. I think there was a moment when once they were on all of them, it was a little weird and dicey because their defense goes up. So real quick post-combat. That was a little slower than I would have liked because I'm a little rusty. So you have to bear with me a little bit. Post-combat, first thing we're going to do is none of these guys were wounded. None of these guys were wounded. So they all get to shake off damage. So shake off means they take their toughness die. Ren rolls a d6. She gets 2 points back, which isn't great. Rorik gets to roll. Rorik's toughness is a 14, so I believe that's a d8. And he gets 5 points back, a little better. And now Martin, his toughness is an 8. Martin, what are you doing? Why are you, Martin? Why are you here? An 8 is a D4. Martin gets a whole D4 of shaking off. And he rolls a 3. So he's almost back to normal. So they take a breather there momentarily. But if they want to heal with, say, med kit, that's going to take 5 minutes per, and that's going to up their time in the dungeon here, which might indeed draw something else. We'd have to make another encounter check. So that is the decision. Is Ren's injury enough to warrant a medical check? Instead, I think we're going to mark off a heal potion, and we're going to give her a heal instead. Does she have one from before? She does not have one from before. Martin is going to have to just mark it off, and he's going to hand her a heal potion, and that is going to be 1d4 plus 1 worth of healing. And that is 3 points. She's up to 27, and then she, I'm going to say shakes it off because we're misusing that term, but she says, I'm fine. Let's just get going. I don't want to spend any more time because keep in mind, understand something, right? That last one falls and everything settles momentarily, and the rest of them are shaking because they're all moving. It's just that some of them are not in a position to get to them because maybe they've fallen apart somewhat. Some of them are still chained right to the wall, so they are all just right trying to get to them. And they're just like, no, let's just get out of here. And so the group will find themselves out in the hallway there, faced that way, probably up, northish, and ready to go. So only minor injuries from that, a little bit of a scare though, and the group is ready to head on to the next spot. I am going to call it there. And we'll get to whatever the next thing is as we go. That was a long combat. I do apologize. But I did enjoy it, and I got me back sort of into the swing of it, and hopefully the next ones will be a little faster, and we'll move it along. But it's been a while since I've run a combat in Roll20 on in Runebearer, and so they're undead, which sort of sucks. That's one thing about undead. Undead can take a longer time, and maybe something to think about is maybe I should have called that one a round earlier and just said, this looks good. But I'm sort of gauging they're already victorious. We're just rolling dice now, kind of, right? And that's it. And so thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I will talk to you all later. I hope, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope if you like fighting, you got sort of a kick out of it. To see these things sort of terrify the party a little bit. So that's it. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.